Because obviously it deals with depression, it deals with a lot of anguish.
Make sure you get that face.
Hello again, thank you very much for watching. Welcome back to Marriott.net for the latest entertainment news, reviews and interviews. Today, a review of the movie which is called The Bachelors.
So who's Paul?
He's the headmaster.
How do you know him?
College.
Hopefully a fresh start will do you both some good.
I'm sure it will.
A comedy drama written and directed by Kurt Volker.
Yes.
I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really poignant and heartfelt. And of course the performances are fantastic. We've got J.K. Simmons, who I was blown away by in the movie Whiplash. He's done so many movies, but that really is a standout for me.
Well, I wasn't blown away by this movie, Phil.
Oh,
I was quite bored with it.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Why were you bored?
I don't know. It doesn't have anything to do with J.K. Simmons. Doesn't have anything to do with Julie Delpy, who I love as well. I thought the two teenage actor and actresses were really good, but to me, it was one of those movies that sits in my movie queue, like maybe looks interesting, but it'll just sit there until I either watch it or I don't.
I'm afraid any hopes you had of us having wild gymnastic sex are destined to be frustrated.
Gotcha.
It was a cute story. Basically, it's like the father and the son. The mother dies, and they just decide to uproot their life and kind of reboot. And
Go to a bigger city.
Yeah, go to a bigger city, and he enrolls his son in a school, and it's just kind of their life post-traumatic drama of the mother dying.
For me, it did feel like it was two different movies, because you had the characters, obviously the younger characters, having their own anguish and torment, and then you had the older characters, Julie Delpy and J.K. Simmons. And for me, I kind of wanted it to be just about the older people. Not that I'm ageist of young people, but I just kind of thought that the two portrayals just felt very different for me. And I guess they would be, because they're in different age groups.
Yeah. I will say, though, the scene at the dinner table where they're having dinner and the son really goes off on his father about, like,
oh my God, it does.
Snap out of it.
Yeah.
You're depressing me. You're depressing yourself. You're physically ill from your depression. Like, I thought that scene was really good, and it was interesting to watch. It just, I don't know, something about it just didn't hook me in, really.
The only way you're going to feel better is if we figure out some way for you to let her go.
It reminds me of, like, Wonder. It's just that type of,
Yeah.
or Brad Status.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those, like,
It has a good heart.
Yeah, it has a good heart. It is kind of just one of those movies that you kind of just watch when you want something light, not too heavy. A slice of life movie, and this is exactly what it is.
It's a people's story movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe a TV movie feel. I thought the tone of it felt a bit like 13 Reasons Why. Because obviously it deals with depression, it deals with a lot of anguish.
Make sure you get that face.
Okay.
She cuts herself, doesn't really, get into really the reasons why she does it, and it doesn't really focus even too much on why she does that. This film.
I think it was just teen angst, though, wasn't it? Because it deals with so many different issues. It deals with depression, grief, and teen angst, and the problems that young people face. And I think it handled it sensitively. You're not in agreement with that face.
I just don't think they really approached it too much at all. It tried to tell a story, but it didn't go too deep.
I think I'm biased, though, because I love J.K. Simmons, and I would pretty much watching him in anything as long as his performance was good, which it always is.
I have nothing against J.K. Simmons.
I saw another side to him too, because he normally terrifies me in films. He's normally really aggressive, well, sometimes quite aggressive, and in this he's really kind of dumbstruck by grief.
Now here's why I think I'm a little bit like, I don't know, like all of a sudden his therapist is his doctor, so his therapist is like talking him through his grief, and then the next thing you know, the therapist is in the hospital going, oh no, he needs to stay here and get electroshock treatment for his...
Yeah.
I'm like, how? But you're a therapist. Can you be a doctor and a therapist? Like, that seemed a little bit far-fetched to me. And also another point, which I question as well, is the school principal. Okay, so he's the school principal. He's the best friend of J.K. Simmons. and he's a track coach. I'm like, did they just try to like take too much out of these characters and have them do everything for these side characters to save on budget or something? So when I was kind of watching that going, that's not very believable for me. Like, how can one side character do so much, and how can the doctor also be the therapist?
I'm going to give it a 3 stars just because I think it had a good heart.
I don't think it had enough heart, so I'm going to give it 2 stars. I think they just glossed over quite a bit, actually.
Oh, you're heartless.
Possibly.
So the film is The Bachelors. Links down below if you want to check out more information about it. Don't forget we are back with more TV and movie reviews soon, so don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.